OS Esports on 3-1.
Well, I'm coming into this one, you could say the slight favourites on papers, I don't want to say the casters' favourites because it's hard to say when we have favourites, but definitely the fan favourites coming into this one. An aggressive storm, though, from OS Esports by the looks of it towards the middle of the second mid.
Right off to some action down the banana, but no actual damage being landed thus far, and K is going to be the only one with the P2000. Less favoured gun within the pro scene compared to the... well, never mind. He's still going to be able to get a kill with it. It's going to be Fly King who's going to meet his end first off on OS. The rest of the team's going to have to dance around and figure out how they're going to be able to do this now with a man disadvantage. Red Atom going to be off to a flying start. He's going to get headshot there by the Glock. That is not going to be a nice start, but Jam Young, he's going to be started off nice and tasty. He's going to be able to get his first kill. HR going in for the spam, but Jamie's not going to fall for it. Instead, he's going to peek up and get a headshot over towards Graveyard. Let's see if that's going to be his end in place, but first off, it's going to be Mercury from Balcony. Looks to go in for the shots. Mr. Canny going to be able to take down Jam Young, but Moses is going to be able to jump in and manage to pick up a couple kills for himself.
You know, one thing that we see as sort of a pillar of Rare Atom's CT sides on most maps is almost, you know, pinch perfect and pixel perfect crossfires. I mean, we have there what Jam Young set up over towards Graveyard. We have one player on site. I think we have one person up towards Valk, right? The crossfire angles are perfect. They know exactly when to peek off each other's contacts, and that's why Rare Atom are such a successful team, in particular when they get a good CT start, just because their communication and coordination is just so strong.
Oh, we're going to be seeing a rush down banana. This could be detrimental to their life, but it's going to be the MP9 from behind. Jam Young is going to be able to pick up 2, maybe 3 and 4. No, can't quite do it, but Rosie is going to be able to pick up a couple, and Jam Young goes for a 4K. I mean, we question how he might get his ridiculous ADR. He's already going into round 2 on 202 ADR.
Eco frags. That's what it is. We've cracked the code, Tom, of how Jam Young is so good. He just stacks his ADR on eco frags and lets everyone... No, honestly, we highlighted him coming into this. He's such a talented individual player. Probably one of the helpful reasons as to why Rare Atom are so strong. Not only are they great at coordinating as a team, but when you have an individual pop-off presence like Jam Young does, it makes your life on the T side so much more difficult to deal with.
Oh, we're going to see the push from Jam Young right down the middle. He's going to fling out. Takes down Fly King. That's going to be so painful, but Bao is going to be able to get the trade off. So Jam Young's life's going to get cut off short. Not going to be able to get multiple kills at this round. So his ADR is definitely going to be suffering. I'm sure he's going to be crying out those statistics. But Mercury, he's in a decent position. Very precarious, though. He has to be careful because he can get taken on from multiple sides. And there is actually an opportunity here. HR either spams that wall or comes up and checks around the corner. Now that Mao's managed to take down K's, this is going to be even more dangerous for this player. There is a rotation from B over towards A. HR, though, catches him off guard, and Mercury's going to fall. See, this bonus round with these weapons is going to be working in favor of the side of Rare Atom. I say that Advent is going to be able to pull off a kill there with the Famous, but 2 versus 3 AKs in the hands of the opposition. OS Esports looking to take full advantage of this. They've got a free sight over towards A. Bomb should be going down. There is no defuse kit on any of the players. Oh, Rosie just spotted. He is still going to do a lot of damage, but no kill. There's actually going to be Advent, who's going to be looking to potentially come on after him. I think he might have given away his position with footsteps earlier on. So I think this is going to have to just be a save.
Yeah, I think he was trying to look for the rifle. AK in the hands of Canny, but nevertheless, take that FAMAS fruit to the next round. An expensive round, though, you could say, from OS. They do lose 2 rifles and nearly a third in Mr. Canny. And there was one player, I can't remember who it was. I think it might have been Mercury, right, Tom? Up towards in the top of Boiler. That a little bit of poor timing on Meow as he shifts past him. Pick up 2 more kills towards Banana. However, the side of OS Esports, they are going to get their way onto the site after that bomb is detonated. That'll be the first on the round for them. In terms of the economy, though, on the other side of things for Rare Atom, they're going to probably force their way into this round with a couple Famouses, an AWP buy as well from K's. Not a lot of use here, though, to back Rare Atom with. I think they're just going for that good old-fashioned firepower that we spoke about.
I certainly do love having that firepower. 2 AWPs on either side, but, I mean... The MP9 Jam Young could be detrimental for Rosie. He's going to be jumping down. He gets the spray, gets the kill, but he's going to carry on through. He's only got 7 bullets in his mag. He has to hit pretty much every shot on this. There's an AWP underneath him. He realizes that he's just taking out the AWP from the game, but Cedric rather is on the other side of the smoke, which is about to dissipate, and he has full advantage, aiming at the head of the player who's now ducking. It doesn't matter though. Mosey catches him off guard, gets the kill. Grenade goes out for him. Smoke as well, following up from his teammate. He's picked up the AWP. He's looking to take it back. Denial of that firepower. They've now got a double AWP setup. He's upgraded from a FAMAS after getting 2 kills into an AWP, John. What fantastic play.
Yeah, great stuff from Mosey. Storms his way down. Banana finds the first keys. Pretty scoped in. Never going to miss that. There goes the third. And, well, for the side of OS Esports, they find themselves in a bit of a tough spot. Do they save? Do they try and play for the frags? They try to play for the frags, but it's only going to result in HR finding himself very much waiting for the next round to begin, as it's going to be K's to find 2 in that round. And it's that double up setup right now that they've got is going to be so hard for OS Esports to deal with going into the next round. And it's just a single play from Mosey, who storms his way up Banana, plays off of the flash and the smoke from one of his players. Luckily for him, that player, like you mentioned, Tom, was crouched, aimed at his head. But Mosey, too quick with a FAMAS, now puts himself onto 5 kills, just the 1 death. And OS Esports, that's not the reply that you wanted. After finding a successful first round on the board, you wanted to try and build that momentum. Like you mentioned, Tom, coming into the start of this game, Inferno, it's such a momentum-based map, and well, Meow is going to be the last alive for his team. Can they find the kill? I don't think the time will allow them to, but that's the 3rd on the board for Rare Atom, and for OS Esports, it's a bit of a rollover round that they've allowed Rare Atom to take there, but that's all off the back of Mosey.
Really good start to the last round from Mosey. And yeah, like you said, it's going to be super difficult to be able to try and fight up against this double AWP setup. You're going to be able to have one down on each side. Just see how they're going to be able to cope with this. I mean, Mosey, I've not seen him personally use that AWP too much, but I'm interested to see how he's going to be able to do with it. It's going to be directly naded. And obviously, keep in mind, he's now only got 56 HP. He's the only one with a rifle. He'll be able to try and take it into this round and help his team win this one out. Otherwise, on the other side, and I mean, just to throw back to the 3rd round, it was a bit of a bonus round from the side of Rare Atom. They didn't really buy into it. They just they went for the cheap buys that they had in from the 2nd round. So it was a really good economical round for them. They may still have lost, but they then came back swinging with a full, like a proper buy and pushed on through. But it's going to be Jamie. It's going to be able to pick up one with Kaz rather. Picks up 2 before getting traded out by Mao. Already going to be on low HP as Mercury takes him all the way down. And now AWP has been recovered as DDM is going to be able to get some vengeance as Cedric is able to pick up that AWP. But unfortunately, it wasn't meant long for this world.
Yeah, well, K's at Mercury go hunting. They find the kill. But again, though, it's that one player we mentioned and highlighted at the start. Jam Young, the crossfire as well. Towards that entry point onto the A site was just perfect. The first was found by K's with the AWP, I think, and then Jam Young swings and finds the second. And one thing that we need to talk about for Jam Young is his spray transfer and spray control upon flicking from head to head is honestly flawless. We see it time and time again that he just pops off and is able to find those multi-kills where it's 2 or 3 at a time. It makes life for the enemies really, really
Oh, that spray is not going to be doing you any favors. Advent is going to go down. So just Fly King, so it's a decent trade-off in that scenario. If you're CTs, you do not want any weak links on this one, especially against a no-fear opponent like OS Esports, who are looking desperately clawing to try and make sure they have a good T side. But he's going to go down. That is not what you want. Banana control completely lost on the side of OS Esports. This means the CTs can make a rotation on over John. People are like, okay, well, we know how they're going to be playing this. They're going to be jumping out of balcony, but unfortunately, Mercury's got too many targets. The same with Case. He can't quite lock on. He's going to take a bit of damage and fall back. Jam Young is going to be coming in from short. Smoke goes down. He goes to the balcony. Come through. There we go. Mal goes down. That was the MAC-10 player. That's gone. HR going to be below balcony. Jam Young trying to see if he can get some information here for his teammates. Be the potential pivoting point for them to win this round out. The bomb time is nearly all the way, well, down to halfway. They still have 2 defuse kits. They're pushing in. Time is ticking, so they're going to be able to lose 2 players. And unfortunately for them, it's going to be DDM coming through for his team and HR clutching out in that 2 versus 3.
Yeah, an unusual and uncharacteristic sort of mistake made there from Rare Atom, really. They had the setup pretty nice towards A. They had one player on towards Balk. They had the other of K's holding long with the AWP, and an unfamiliar miss on the AWP flick from Case is proved costly as the players flood their way onto the site, even in the 3 versus 2 as well. It was a bit uncoordinated and a bit of a sloppy round there from Rare Atom. It's going to cost them dearly as OS put the second on the board, and is that the momentum to start to build now potentially here for the T's?
Well, they still have bare minimum in their bank. I mean, just over 1,000 on a couple of players. I mean, 1.7 thousand Cedrics. It's a good start. I'll give them that. Their first win was against a bonus round. That round there was a little bit closer than you may want. 2 players left alive, but they played it absolutely fantastically versus the side of Rare Atom. They forced them into a difficult spot where they just had too many targets to try and hit. Kaze was just really lackluster in that round with the AWP, but push over towards A Long is going to be coming through. There's an AWP on Kaze once again. He's going to be going full glass cannon. The 5-7 the Mercury is going to be able to find one target, but he's going to get traded out. But Kaze through the smoke finds Canny. I'll take that trade any day of the week. Man advantage is going to be on the side of Rare Atom. They're going to be pushing over towards B. There's going to be one person here with an MP9 Mosey. Either way you can do in this run, but the Galil proves too efficient. The bomb, John, is way too far away, and Jang Yun is going to be meeting heads on with the player, but he's going to get taken out. That's the top player on Rare Atom gone.
Did he not hear the steps? I'm surely he had to have heard the steps towards the back of T-Spawn with the bomb carrier. One more player as well is going to fall. It's going to be all up to K's. Surely saves the AWP into the neck. Like you mentioned, the glass cannon comes through. It was Mercury who sacrificed himself to just down to the Glock. And although K's does find a consolation frag onto DD, it is going to be 2 players trying to go hunting for him. Yeah, it was a bit of a weird one there, to be totally honest with you. It looked like it was a Rare Atom round to throw away, and that's exactly what they did. This is a little bit uncharacteristic here, really, from Rare Atom, Tom. We usually speak about them so highly in terms of being a well-drilled and a very, very composed team. They don't often make too many mistakes, but it seems like today, whilst on broadcast for the first time in a while, that today's day they wanted to bring all the mistakes out, apparently. And, well, listen, it makes for interesting viewing as the 3rd on the board now for OS Esports. A slight break in the economy for the first time here for Rare Atom. It's only going to be the AWP brought through from the last in the hands of K's. And OS Esports now, this is where they can't make many mistakes. They've got to try and kick on from here now, Tom. They're in a great spot to put the 4th on the board, keep their economy built, and really, really put up a fight here on the T side against Rare Atom.
Well, K's with that AWP, USP's on the sidelines. He doesn't even get a shot off, mate. He's gone. He's dusted.
Well, that's the dream anti-eco round lost probably now for Rare Atom. They're gonna stack their way over towards B. The A site is completely uncontested and free of charge. They'll probably get the information from Advent that that's where the bomb's going to be heading. He wanders helplessly out of library, and this should be a straightforward 4th round here for OS Esports now. And this has been better though so far from OS Esports, Tom. I feel like they've adapted to the way that Rare Atom were playing. At the start, Rare Atom were really putting the foot on the gas and getting aggressive towards, you know, those key choke points, whether it be towards Banana, towards mid or second mid, and they were really, really using their firepower and the fragging ability that we talked about to the best of their ability. But OS Esports, they've just slowed down a little bit slightly. Well, that's going to be Banana. It should be straightforward stuff as Canny's going to find a couple. So, and that's the 4th on the board. But yeah, the point I was making, Tom, is that they've really adjusted to the way that Rare Atom are playing, and they're sort of countering it now by taking their time a little bit more and letting Rare Atom's mistakes be the ones, the things that come back and sort of, you know, bite them in the foot slightly. And OS have took full advantage of it, and it's working.
Yeah, they've been playing really well. I'm impressed with OS Esports. I wasn't expecting them to come through here and actually deliver like they have been, but I still need to see a little bit more of it. They've won an eco round and also a bonus round, so I think half 50% of their rounds were still a little bit easier than they potentially should have been. And when you're losing players like this multiple times in a row, well, not in a row, but multiple times in the game, it's going to be a little bit questionable. There's always this kind of aggressive play down Banana, so as soon as you know that a team plays like this, you have to directly counter it. Otherwise, they take this real estate and they go, brilliant. Well, either they get a kill with it or they hold on to it. because of the lacking of utility, they are going to give up on that spot because they can't play fully aggressive. But they have managed to get an upgrade. What a shot! Advent above is going to be able to get that quick shot. And that just proves just how skillful this player can be. He's not one of the players we highlighted before, but he is just an absolute beast. Oh, Jam Young is going to stick with this. Of course, he's got the M4A4 with this skin because although he could have the M4A1, he wants to just show off absolute beauty of a skin, which obviously you can't even obtain anymore. If you want to buy it, I think it's like a couple of £1,000 or something ridiculous, but let's see how they're going to be able to do. They're going to be pushing over towards B. Unfortunately, that's going to be a stacked position, and they're going to be getting absolutely slaughtered. Mosey's going to find one. Case going to go down. Nice trade-off. It's going to be a 2-on-1 now, as they find a second. Moses going down on Advent. He's going to keep an eye over towards this B side. They know he's over here. They're hunting for him. They know exactly where he is. The flash is going to be coming out from Banana, helping out this player as he's now letting into the position known. He's going in for the kill. He's not going to be able to quite get it, but Mercury comes in. He finds one. He's going to have to find the second. He does. He clutches it as Jam Young goes for a flying leap. Unfortunately, it's going to hit the floor with a dead thud.
Oh, Advent, not only does he make the play towards Banana to find the first with the MP9, recycle the AK, and then allow himself to find the one tap over the top of Banana, he works his way back towards the site, and it's just, although he doesn't find an extra kill on the site in that remaining 2v1 on B site, he's a nuisance, Tom, and he allows the players to come through Banana, and I think it was Mosey and Mercury who were there to help him out. The flashes were perfect, and after that, it's just playing off the contact of your teammates as well. Okay, credit to Mosey a minute ago. Now he's a very well and truly a man on fire, both literally and in terms of his shot, but Rare Atom, that's a big answer back that they needed there. And OS Esports, just when you think things are starting to go their way, Rare Atom, they just slammed the door in their face, Tom.
Absolutely slammed. And, I mean, it can still go either way. This is a very close game. This is very different to how we see a lot of Infernos go. So this is actually a really nice sort of back and forth between these two teams. And you can look at the economy here, John. It really is in a lot of issues for these two teams. Obviously, OS Esports are in a bit of a better position, but not anymore. Mercury's going to find one headshot on another, but not the kill. Kays, he's going to have to turn around, finds that kill, but another one, but it's going to be Jam Young above to get the kill, but the trade's going to be coming through. Advent's going to fall. Now it's going to be a one-on-one situation. MP9 versus AK. Cedric, plants default. He's going to have to try and get back up and towards balcony, I'd imagine. Oh, he's actually just going to go towards Graveyard. Decent positioning from him. As Mosey is actually going to go up into this position. This is actually a really good counter towards that Graveyard position. Because as soon as Cedric peeks out at all, his position is going to be known, and it's going to be very hard for this. And if he jumps out in towards balcony, he might just be able to spot him out. There we go. He can actually see him on his screen, but he doesn't quite spot him out. First steps. He's heard him. He's going to be jumping around the corner. He gets the kill and the clutch.
He has no
wow.
Kill. He's got time? I think he has time, right?
Yeah, he's got it.
He has time with about a couple of seconds or so to spare, but for a second there, I didn't think Mosey was going to spot him once he dropped down into Wolves Graveyard, but he does. He holds his nerve, and that was a big talking point that you mentioned, in terms of the economy, Tom. I think, a game like Inferno, it's somewhat notorious for being a very momentum-based map where you can stack up a lot of rounds and the economy can be good for, 2 or 3 round losses. But that's not been the case here so far in this game. It's been a very scrappy back and forth affair. No team has really established any sort of a dominant economy or round lead. So this is the first time we've seen Rare Atom break the economy now for OS Esports on the T side. So they're down to just the Eagles and Pistols. Can Rare Atom start to stack a few rounds on the board now, though? In particular on that CT side, the cost difference, of course, in the weapons is slight, but it can be painful to try and do something, though.
Yeah, we are going to be seeing, it's still having these Eagles and the Tech 9. It's still an opportune moment to try and take guns off Rare Atom. If you can get a couple kills, that's the bare minimum you want to be doing in this round. If you can get the win, fantastic. But if you can get multiple kills, if you look at the economy on the side of Rare Atom, and if OS Esports are doing a half decent, job at keeping track of the players on this side and their economy, they should know that they're suffering right now because they've had to rebuy so many guns. Kays is going to be sitting underneath position. I'm sure he's going to find finds the second one with his teammates. Is they just going to slaughter them? It's not a single kill. If there's no kills done on Rare Atom, that's going to be ridiculous. So it's going to be a whole load of cash in the bank. Like a ridiculous amount of cash in the bank considering what they should be having. So now it's going to be down to Canny and Fly King to try and get at least something here. But Canny, he doesn't have the option to be able to take even much of a shot here. Last player left alive, John. And honestly, OS Esports, they're letting the 7th round slip on over to Rare Atom, and that would be 1 round away from the half win.
You've literally took the words right out of my mouth in terms of saying OS Esports, they've got to try and find a frag or 2 in this round in order to make this sort of buy into the pistols worth it, right? Rare Atom, now all 5 stay alive. It's just going to be the Deagle taken through from Fly King into the next. And, I mean, this is a nice, what a cash to add to the bank balance here for Rare Atom. And, wow, there you go. Look at how much cash has just been stacked up. They can now afford to, you know, not somewhat lose this round, but they've got enough to buy into a different round if they should need to. So that's a big start for Rare Atom in terms of getting that economy built and established, like I mentioned just a round before that. So OS Esports, though, on the flip side, they're looking relatively broke right now, Tom.
Well, it's going to be a bit of a desperate buy here. You can see the Glils coming out, and very lacking in regards to utility. They've had to use some of it right away, but they haven't got too much to show for it. They've got 2 smokes, a Molotov, 2 flashes, and honestly, I think that the AWP player there, Mr. Candy's probably going to need to drop off his utility to another player here. At the same time, they haven't found an opening, which is what they want. Mal's going to be in a decent position, but unfortunately, it's going to be a difficult one to try and achieve on this front. For once, there's no one sitting on top of this upper part here, not boosted up. He's going to be able to get that kill, and that's going to be detrimental. Mal going down, that means a weapon out of their hands. Recovery could be possible. K's going to be tagged down to 19 HP. That means his Gleals are even more effective versus him, but still have to get yourself into that position. Smoke going to be going out in towards mid. They're trying to regain this position, take back some more real estate, as it were. A double peek from long, 1 over from short as well. There's going to be a player in Boiler with the bomb. If he goes down, that could be detrimental. Jam, he gets the kill, gets the bomb. He's now feeling really happy with themselves, and he wants to take as much of the space as he can to stop them from doing anything. And it's going to be the player from OS going all the way around towards Apartments, trying to go up towards the stairs to challenge this potentially. HR gonna have to be careful here. At this point, I think he called the round loss. You can't do anything here.
You can't risk losing the AWP in Canny's hands as well. I think that's the biggest takeaway. You can't really not only risk losing the Galil and the AK, but keeping Canny alive is probably the main point of call here. But this is what I mentioned, though, about Rare Atom, Tom, at the start of the series, that, okay, we highlighted Jam Young and how great his fragging ability is, and one thing I said is, okay, cool, if Jam Young dies, you've got to deal with the 4 other players on Rare Atom in terms of their fragging power, and right now it's going to be Kaze who's the person leading the way in terms of the kill department. A whopping 104 average damage around, Tom. That's almost a guaranteed kill every single round, and if you do the maths, it pretty much is that, as we're heading to the 13th round right now. And he's sitting at 13-5 at the moment, so really putting the weight for his team. And you look across the other side, though, Mal, Fly King, even Canny, all struggling a little bit here.
Yeah, they started off really well, but it seems like they get, like, the consistency there is just super hard to try and maintain. They're going to be rushing through this fire and flames, but they're going to burn out. It's not going to be the position they wanted to find themselves in. Unfortunately, Cedric and Mal, bodies laying on the floor. Some extra util now chucked on over to the other side. Upgraded pistols as well if they so want them. Kaze, he's going to go in for more. He's going to be sitting in there, smoke, 58 HP. Advent holding out this boiler position. It's going to get smoked off. And now they're going to get absolutely slammed. The trade comes through, but Fly King, he has to find another one. He does manage to get it, picks up the AWP. Look at the back off. HR. Boiler he has, but Mercury, he's there. He's got the answer for Rare Atom's problem. Gets the kill, and now Fly King, last player left alive, 17 HP. If he stays alive with this, I'd be very surprised. He has to give away nothing. Grenade goes out, down to the bottom. Goes in for that shot, gives away his position with scoping and the shot. And now they know that they can potentially go in for the aggressive play versus him, and they want that AWP out of his hands and into theirs potentially on this front, John. And he's going to have to try and do his best to survive, and he's in a horrendous position to do so. You get taken in from multiple spots here if Rare Atom decide to push for it. But I don't think they want to risk it until it's at least around 15, maybe 10 seconds on the board, and then they can rush it. And even then, if they stay alive, John, they could keep their economy.
Well, that's what I mean. I think you're probably realizing that Fly King's tagged up a little bit heavy here. He's got the AWP in hands. I mean, look at Mosey. Nearly 5k in the bank, could buy into the next if he wanted to. Definitely, I think it's worth sending a person or so to hunt Jam Young. Getting spotted, the no scope though, the AWP. Not too sure
Love
what's
it.
better, Tom. No scoping with the AWP or scoped in. Honestly, the thing shoots straight
No scope.
regardless. But 9th on the board for Rare Atom, and this is something that we spoke about. And it's something that I said, can they handle the fragging power? And it looked like at the middle stage of the game, Tom, they really did well to adjust to the style of play. But it looks like Rare Atom said, hang on a minute, we're one of the best teams in this region. We want to show you why. And they've just sort of disrespected the side of OS Esports a little bit. That they're just, even their util placement, for example, they're still just ego chowing down towards Banana, out towards mid. But on the other side, though, OS Esports, they seem to be a little bit stuck in the mud here.
And this is what I'm talking about. They have to challenge over towards Banana, but he's going to be missing his shots. They have to get these trades. What is going on? They're going to be up close and personal with them, but Advent, he's going to be able to find his second. And that is such a disappointing situation for them. So going back to my point, I was saying that they needed to try and counter this Banana hold that they've had on them. Because if you just think, like, the amount of times they've actually pushed over to Banana right at the start, or, like, up towards B, has been maybe once. They've very been unsuccessful in that regards. Because they've been slapped by Advent and Mosey. They're just absolute beasts on this position. Obviously, back in the day, we used to call Freiburg Banana King. And that was in a very different Banana style. And he's definitely not anymore. I mean, he's still obviously like a Banana King. But when you see new players like this come through and just play as well as he was back in his heyday, you just can see just like how far a lot of the skill and quality of players has gone up by. But I don't know what they're going to have to try and do here to try and win, John, but they're going to have to do it soon.
I think they've got to start with by trying to put a 5th round on the board. If you ask me, but the issue they're having is they just can't stop this steam train that is Rare Atom, and now they're left in that familiar situation. There's no way you can commit to the site here in a 4 versus 2 while you still got an AWP in your hand and very little economy to it. It's simple things like that, right, Tom? Like they're giving away economy left, right, and centre here of OS Esports against Rare Atom. You're in a 4 versus 2. You've got no information as to where the players are on the site. You know that at least 2 are on the site, so you're banking on yourself winning head-to-head engagements. Now they've left Mr. Canny in a very tough spot. They know exactly where he is. He's going to fall.
No.
It's just, it's amateurish mistakes at the moment here, Tom, from OS Esports. I can't get through and rattle through my English brain of mine as to what sort of possesses them to try and play the 4 versus 2 on site there.
It was a little bit of a difficult spot. I don't think they had too many options on this front. They had to try and do something, and unfortunately, Canny's going to go into this next round with $150 to his name, so the rest of his teammates are just going to force. Because they want to try and keep the economy around the same level, so they're just going to go in for the force, and you know what? We're going to be seeing the aggressive play. He's going to be coming out for Mercury. He rushes down mid, just going to be able to find a kill. His teammate, Jam Young, goes down. Mal's going to be able to find that kill. Now, Mercury going to be backing up, looks to get the kill, but he's not going to get it. Mal's going to be able to get his second kill, and now is the opportune time for them to try and find this win. OS Esports are desperate for this. Candy's finally going to be able to get a weapon in his hands. As a Flyking went down, but Mosey's going to be peeking over, and unfortunately his head's going to get found. Canny is going to be able to make full advantage of that AK, and now Kaze is alive, and he's the top fragger so far, and he's going to prove why he gets a double kill. Now Advent's going to be left in a 1v2 situation. He spots one up in the balcony, gets the kill. One blood is going to be on site. He's going to be in a desperate situation. DDM trying to get this bomb. Cedric trying to do what he can to try and get this bomb down. He may just be able to do that, but now can he survive? Advent to call in the cards, gets the kill, goes to pick up the AWP in pit, and that is a GG. Well played on this first half, John. I'm just going to close it out here, but for my thoughts, I'll let you throw it to Brave when we do. How do you feel about that?
I mean, well, Craze literally quite going crazy with it. Rare Atom, the fragging power was far too strong. OS Esports, they've got the world against them in a tough task as we switch sides shortly. Don't go anywhere because me and Tom will be back for half number 2 on Inferno in just a few minutes. Well, it's safe to say we're at and we're heating up. It's time for OS Esports to do the same as we jump straight back into this Inferno game here, map number 1 of the series between the two teams. And, well, Tom, OS Esports, they've got it all to do.
Everything is going to be on the table, and we're going to be seeing at the side of Atom on the T side. They're going to be rushing up towards the A site. Cedric's going to get tagged down to 1 HP. He's not going to be looking rather good here. They're going to be pushing over to the site. He's going to be in a difficult spot. He's going to get taken down now. Mosey has killed. Mouse going to be on 5-1. So is Candy Ball. He's going to get traded out. Absolutely brutal from the side of Atom as they get the bomb down. The defuse has to now come in from OS Esports, but they first have to find their way onto site, and HR is looking to go over towards shot. He can't quite hit those shots onto the players, and Mercury is going to go down, but Fly King is going to be able to hit the headshots onto Mosey. Honestly, he's got 1 bullet left in the chain, but 2 left. 1, never mind, they're all gone. He has to reload. 24 bullets in total to try and take down 2, and I think he realizes, yeah, this is over. Might as well stop them from getting the extra $300, take his defuse kit, and run for the hills.
I mean, if you ever want to show a good odd, I mean, what's the saying, right, Tom? It's usually a rush B, right? But it seemed to be a rush A there from the side of Rare. It was a good old just fly onto the site from the front runners here in group number B. And, well, you know, when you're a team that's just playing with that much aggression and confidence, it's really, really hard to play against. It was something we talked about, the fragging ability from Rare Atom, and that's why I feel like they're such a scary T-side team to play against in particular. It was a point that you actually made, right, Tom? You said that OS Esports have to start well on the T-side, because once Rare Atom switch over to the T-side, it's only going to be non-stop aggression and a tough time for them to find themselves in. And well, it looks like, my friend, at least one of us know what they're talking about, and that's you, because it seems like that's exactly the case thus far here. But it is early doors. We've only seen the pistol round. Now they got to cope, though, with the Galils and Scouts in the hand of Rare Atom.
Yeah, in that first round, it's very classic. You can just rush down mid with a couple of grenades and just really force your way in as T's. And it's, oh my god, that movement from Jam Young is just so dirty. And I will say the general movement from both OS Esports and Rare Atom is absolutely fantastic. We saw Cedric at the start there, bunny hopping around the map. And that's not something you see so much in the EU League. Some of those players aren't as good on the movement, and that's something I would love to see a bit more of. We're back down to 1 player. It's going to be Fly King, sitting on 9-10 on his scoreline at the moment. He's got a pistol in his hand and a defuse kit on his belt, John, versus 3 Galils. if he stays here, I think it's a stupid mistake. He needs to just walk away. Don't give them that extra money. Save onto that utility, util belt, I guess, and just try and stay alive.
1v3 clutch with USP, I believe. I've seen it before, but then again, I do play very high-low, very low elo.
High-low, nice.
High-low. I mean, that's me saying I'm a high elo player, low and in low elo, all right? That's my interpretation of it. But no, he definitely keeps that defuse kit well and truly tucked into his waist and runs for the hills. Saves that through to the next round. No need to be away at the economy, even if it's just 400 to the defuse kit. Get yourself the full buy into the next. Get yourself some added benefits of the utility. And well, Rare Atom now, they're in a good spot here to try and extend their lead. If they want to, they could have Jam Young and Mercury buy back into this with the AKs. Same for Advent as well. And that's exactly what's going to happen. 3 Galils kept on the way through. It's going to be Kays who elects to buy into the Galil, actually, instead of the AK. Keeps himself a little bit of extra pocket change in his back pocket for the next. And, I mean, the side of OS Esports, they're just giving too much respect and control, I think, so far to Rare Atom. Like, look already. Look at player number 0 on your screen. Advent, he's already advanced all the way up in towards Carr himself and Mosey. He's got so much control over this side of the map already. That's going to cause a lot of trouble because it will probably force another player from OS Esports, which they've already actually triple stacked B site in general. So if the site of Rare Atom wanted to walk their way onto A site, they could do it pretty much uncontested.
Well, we're going to have to see if that's going to be the case. And Mao's going to be on the short. The Molotov's going to be going out. So is the Flash. And now they can do a pin to move over towards B if they so wish. They're just trying to see if they get any kills. If they don't find anyone, they're just going to continue pushing on through CT and then go in for a collapse over towards B. I'd imagine that might be the play, or at least one of the potentials. Jam Young is hunting, looking. He's hungry. Never mind. It's going to be smokes over towards that connected position, allowing them to be able to cross on over. Flash as well is going to be going out. This is going to be the CT player looking to counter this, but he's going to get found. It's going to be Canny dropping the M4A4. Not going to land any bullets since Mao's going to be down into towards pit. He's going to be taking this shot. Going to be able to find one. Looking for the second one, but it's going to be the balcony player dropping down onto the hay cart, making it a bit difficult. Jam Young, whilst moving, gets the headshot. HR going to be coming in from a library to deliver some books. Maybe some justice, but it's going to be pretty hard because the bomb's done a hard rotation on over towards B as we see 2 players now left over as Mercury finds the third. Fly King goes down. It's going to be a fantastic kill for him as Mercury on those 3 kills. He's now looking in for that 4th one if he can. But I mean, Jam Young is going to be sitting pushing through the smoke. Cedric had every opportunity, but gets shut down. And honestly, Red Atom just look like they're playing with their food right now.
Well, I think the side of OS Esports, they need to visit the library a little bit more and try and find some sort of book that would tell them how to play Inferno against someone the likes of Rare Atom, because they're struggling right now. And look, I don't want to be disrespectful to the side of OS Esports. They're a very, very good team. We've seen them win Inferno on a few occasions within this sort of Challenger League Season 41 for the APAC division already. And that's the reason why they picked into it. However, I feel like Rare Atom, they are what we call in the UK, Tom, different gravy when it comes to playing competitive CSGO and Counter-Strike, because they're just so well versatile. They're so adaptive to situations they find themselves in. And just that pure raw skill as well in terms of the firepower we spoke about. It just makes people that play against them's life so much tougher to deal with.
Yeah, and you just look at what these guys are having to try and deal with when they're just on pistols. I mean, Cedric only has a USP. I mean, good luck with that, mate. The others at least have P250s and a Deagle to play with. P250 is so nasty and gnarly when you can get those headshots on it, and it's got such like a long distance shot on it as well. You can just double tap or tap people down. It's a very versatile gun. I don't know if you remember, but back in the day, its ammo used to be directly linked with the PP Bison, so you used to have like 150 spare bullets for it. So people just used to spam absolutely everywhere with it. But now it's locked down. It's only got a total of, I think 39 bullets overall. But Fly King's going to have to make use of it now as they're going to be pushing on over to him. It's going to be Fly King, P250 in hand, sitting on top of Coffins right now. Maybe where his final resting place is. Down in Nana, they also have another player. Fly King's maybe going to get spotted out now. But Cedric, he's going to have to try and push around this corner. He's going to be able to get the dink, but not the kill. Candy's going to go down, and now the P250 here from Fly King is going to have to come out soon enough. Unfortunately for him, the jump and headshot comes through, and Jam Young finds Mao, and that's going to be round 15 on the board, John, as we go through to the final potential round.
Well, the irony that the last player to die was Fly King over by Coffins is it seems like it could be one of the first nails in the coffin for the side of OS Esports as they're getting lowered and lowered into the ground as the rounds go on. It's map point here for the side of Rare Atom, and it's been a very straightforward round. A straightforward map for them. They've never really looked in too much trouble here at bar sort of the middle stage of that first half, but since then they've adapted well, they've adjusted to the playstyle of OS Esports, and all the questions that they've thrown in the way of OS, they've just not had the answers for, and that's going to be DD opening the fraggy for the first time, I think.
He's going to be able to find that second kill, but the trades are going to be coming through, and both those players are going to get found. Jam Young going to be entering hot and fast, finding 2 kills for himself on towards the side, and that is going to be side control over towards the side over at Atom. AWP is going to get picked up by Jam Young. Very interested to see how he's going to be able to cope with this. Mosey trying to figure out what the hell is going to go on from the side of the CTs. Are they going to try and push up through apartments or straight through mid? And he can hear the footsteps here, and he's going to be ready for it as they're going to be looking to jump around the corner, potentially try and take him out. He's going to swing out, cause a little bit of distraction. Find one, no, he's going to get denied. Fly King goes down. Jam Young's going to have to play close quarters with this AWP. But Atlas is going to be looking to find one, but it's going to be Jam Young finds 1, 2, can't find the third, and the clutch comes out at the last possible second here for Fly King as he defuses the bomb.
And well, they must have heard me talking smack. I feel like it happens every single time, right, Tom? Anytime I say this is it, the game's GG, the team make a comeback. I'm calling it now. We're going to overtime here. Buckle up, ladies and gents. Get ready. But I think we've got a long way to go from there. And even though we do see Fly King streak through and clutch the 1v1, the poor buy comes pretty much straight back in. We've got 2 SMGs. We've got the UMP and the MP in the hands of Cedric and HR. Although the York goes in the hands of Canny, it's going to be really upset.
It's going to be going out, but Canny misses completely, and the flash is going to be completely blind the opposition. HR's going to find one, but he's going to have to try and find another. But unfortunately, Mosey's going to slam him down through the smoke whilst being partially blind. Cedric gets the kill over towards mid, but they're now going to have to do a 2 versus 3 retake scenario over towards B. They've got a couple of bits of utility, but Kaiser just trolled them at the moment. He's got an auto sniper. Advent, he's going to be pushing down towards CT. There's just no way they're going to be able to make it through here as the push down in towards the smoke should be coming out. But Advent is just going to be looking to play more aggressive on this front. I just don't know if there's anything in the bank for these guys. They could be pushing through the smoke. They could potentially find him with the kill, but he stabs out behind one. The second can't quite find it immediately. Pulls out the clock. This could be easily be a clock kill. This player has very low HP, but no, Mosey gets the final.